Estamos hablando directamente de Cisco Connect Latam in Cancun. And this week we are having more than 3,000 people from customers and partners, and we have been doing amazing business conversation during the week. And then thank you so much for all of you that could come. And special for the event, we are also receiving very senior executives from Cisco. And then I have two of them here. Adam Ulfers is the Vice President for Americas for Global Virtual Sales Engineering. Thank you for coming, Adam. And we have Gulati, the Director for Americas for the Global Virtual Engineering team. Again, thank you so much. And just to facilitate this conversation, I am Marco Sena. I'm the Director for Global Virtual Sales Organization for Latin America. And then Adam, even before I start, thank you so much. Welcome to Cisco Connect. And the pandemic changed completely the way the companies are doing business. From one day to another, all sales reps are virtual. You have a great experience managing large global virtual sales organizations at Cisco. And then, what's the main difference in challenge that our teams are facing working remotely? And even you can elaborate a little more, all these reps that are working remotely, we can call them as virtual sellers?
Let me start by making the distinction between virtual sales and inside sales. I think that's really important because when the pandemic happened, of course, everybody began working remotely and selling virtually. And there's a distinction between the two. Inside sales is probably a misnomer and has been misunderstood for quite some time. A lot of people have thought of inside sales for a long time as the sales team that sells from in the office. But that's not exactly accurate. It's been more about who they sell to and how they sell. Now, in GVSC at Cisco, we talk a lot about something called programmatic selling. And this is really important and the primary difference between a field selling team and an inside selling team. And what do I mean by programmatic selling? I mean that our team has access to a robust data set. We understand where our customers are, what products they have, what challenges they have. And this data set can help us, help our team be more programmatic, if you will, but more systematic. The idea is, how can we get hundreds of sellers to do the same thing to the highest effect, to bring value to our customers and our partners? Whenever Cisco calls a customer or a partner, they know that they can learn something. If we arm our sellers with the ability to identify where the opportunities for our customers and partners are, they're that much more effective in bringing the information they need to their customers and partners when they need it. And this is really the primary distinction.
Thank you so much, Adam. I love this concept of programmatic selling, using the right tools to be more effective, to scale. I love it. But let's talk about leadership. And this change, what's the impact this change happened or had in the leadership team?
Yeah, this is another very good question. When the pandemic hit, it was challenging for everybody, but especially for our leaders. Our leaders primarily had a playbook that operated very well in the office. Again, the inside sales teams were the teams that primarily sold in the office. And our leadership team tried to translate that playbook into a remote environment. Now, the best leaders in the industry, they understood that they needed to maintain a very strong connection with their teams. They had to bring clarity about what was going on in the world, what it meant for our business, what it meant for our customers and partners. And there was a requirement for a very high level of candor as well. What were we going to do about it? Now, that then turned into, how do we maintain productivity in a remote environment? And this is where the best companies have made the advances as well. The best companies have been able to translate that same efficacy and efficiency of an inside sales team into what is now a hybrid environment. Now in the news, you hear a lot about companies that are trying to monitor their employees. And we won't explore that too much, except I'd like to just say, I think that translates to a toxic environment. in our current working world, we have to have 100% trust in our employees. There was no guarantee that they were doing a great job when they were in the office. There's no guarantee that they'll do a great job if they're not in the office. But this is where hiring comes in now. Your entire organization must understand how to hire the best people, the most motivated people, the folks that will translate effort into business outcomes for their customers and for the company. And this is really a distinction, I think, for inside sales leadership, is the ability to identify the folks that are really going to make a meaningful difference. Now, the good news is I think that employees, they still want to make an impact, and they still want meaningful work. So insofar that we can manufacture that for our employees, that will translate into business outcomes. The other piece is our responsibility as leaders has always been to create a role for individuals that is enjoyable, that provides stretch opportunities, something where an environment where people love to come to work, where there's a high level of communication and collaboration and integrity for that matter. And then finally, before the pandemic, after the pandemic, another common thread is development. People come to work wanting to become better at what they do, to master their craft. And that remains the number one responsibility of our leaders, is how are they developing someone to be the best at what they do today, and to help them ensure that when they take that next step in their career, that they're going to be as, if not more, successful in that next role. I think there's some other technologies that we could talk about as well. There's technologies that help with remote coaching. Again, it's not about monitoring what people are doing on a daily basis. It's about monitoring how they're operating on a daily and weekly basis towards business outcomes, making sure that people are on a trajectory to be successful, and then helping our managers gain insights that they can bring back to those employees to help them improve. And aggregately, that helps the organization improve.
Thanks so much, Adam. And actually, you don't need to monitoring your employees, because the results that we're having, virtual sales for many years have been one of the growth engines for Cisco. And thank you, congratulations. And also, you are developing a great talent pool for the whole company. And then, great job and congratulations. But let's see, putting my friend Sunny to work a little more now. Sunny, again, thank you for joining us here at Cisco Connect. A question for you, because you're leading global virtual engineering, and Cisco sell complex solutions. I can imagine that even more difficult to do it remotely. Maybe which best practices you can share for our customers and partners that are watching us right now, how they can do it, sell value-added solutions more effectively?
Thank you, Marco. First of all, delighted to be here in Cancun, having a wonderful time with great customers and partners. To answer your question, I'll rephrase it a bit. I would like to say that Cisco is solving customers' complex problems, complex needs, with simple solutions. So our goal is to provide simple solutions to our customers. And a great question in terms of virtual selling, how do we do that, right? What are some of the best practices? So for us, being a virtual sales organization or virtual engineering, as Adam mentioned, we want to be more efficient, more programmatic, basically be more productive. And that's not just for our team, but for our customers as well. So we're efficient with their time. So what we do is we focus on three main areas. So first is our teams are trained to utilize our technology to do demonstrations. Because when we're getting together virtually over video conferencing or teleconferencing, we want to make sure we show the value of our solutions to customers. So we do that with our Cisco product demos, Cisco solution demos, and while we're demoing a particular technology, let's say we're having a security conversation, and we're going to demonstrate, end-to-end security, cloud security, firewall security. But while we're doing it, we're also demonstrating our conferencing technology. Even though that's not the intent, our customers are seeing it in action, right? They're seeing our WebEx technology in action. They're seeing how we do hybrid work. So even though that's not the intention is security, there's a dual purpose. And what that does is it shows the value of a particular solution, but also shows how we can do business in a hybrid environment, right? So that has been very successful for us, especially over the last, COVID kind of made us even more productive, more efficient to deliver those things, right? Another thing I'll say is being virtual, it actually becomes our strength, where if you think traditionally, you're working on a solution for a customer and you might be having multiple meetings, right? You may have an initial meeting, then you may bring in your engineer, then you may bring in another expert. What we try to do is, hey, let's bring in everyone together. So being virtual, it's actually a strength. We can make sure once we understand the requirements, we can have all the right people on the call. So that has been very good too. So those are few of the best practices. One, lead with the demonstrations, have the discussions, but show things in action. Show how our technologies work and how they are simple to use, simple to deploy, but to solve those complex problems. Right, so that's how I.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Great catch, and team. We are not selling complex solutions. Actually, we are selling simple solutions to solve complex problems. I love it. And the self-service menu that I say that you can use in GVC is related of the programmatic selling that Adam just mentioned. Yeah, I really love it. And what about the Cisco solutions? What you have been seeing the largest demand for Americas, and if you can comment in special in Latin America.
Yeah, definitely. So I think all Cisco solutions are in demand, but to address what in Latam is getting specific traction, what are the Latam customers and partners the most interested in, I'll focus on a couple of areas. I'll start with security. So Adam and I, and you also, Marco, we've had multiple meetings this week with customers, partners, and I cannot think of any meeting where security has not come up. Every meeting, security is top of mind, right? And with ransomware, a lot of hacking, even though hybrid work is a great thing, it also creates more security challenges. We have to make sure security, our connections are secured. If people are working from offices or they could be working from home, is their home office secure? So security is top of mind for everyone. And Cisco has focused to provide end-to-end security, right? If you go back several years, it was more about perimeter security, that, hey, we just want to stop people from coming in. But it's not just about that. We all know that people are going to get in. There are multiple ways to do that. How do we make sure that we do end-to-end security? We secure our connections, we do cloud security, we do zero trust, with duo, multi-factor, and obviously firewall is always there. So security is extremely important, and that's top of mind for all of our customers. Now the good thing here is, what we really take pride in is Cisco, not only we have focused and security products and security solutions, we also have all our products security integrated in there, right? If you're using our enterprise networking technologies, our collaboration, there's encryption, there's ICE technologies, and so on. So security is top of mind. So that's one, I'll say, security solutions. Second, I'll say, is going back to talking about simple solutions, right? As we have moved to hybrid work, as our customers trying to solve those problems, there's a lot of need for solutions which are simple to use, simple to deploy, simple to manage. And Meraki is a great example of that. So Meraki is our cloud managed solution, right? And with Meraki solutions, Cisco Meraki, you can have your enterprise networking covered, your LAN, your WAN connections, SD-WAN, and security is part of that. And now we also have sensors and cameras. So Meraki is another one which is getting a lot of traction. And I'll kind of finish with that. One of the other things which our customers are excited about is full stack observability, right? So you can have the solutions, but it's very important to get the end-to-end observability. So it's different from visibility in the sense you want the visibility into your network, but also analytics which go with that, right? So for troubleshooting, it's a great thing to know, is a problem with my app or with my network, and so on. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Great insights. And I don't know if you agree when you talk about security. The question is not if, the question is when. This is why we need to invest now, because maybe it could be late, right? But again, Adam, to return for you, you are Vice President for the whole Americas, United States, Canada, and Latin America. What's the importance of Latin America in your strategy?
Well, let me start by saying it's very important. And I'll pick up first where I left off, Marco. We learn a lot from our LATAM teams and customers and partners. Actually, LATAM is our most distributed region. It's our most diverse region. It's our most challenging region in some ways. But our teams focus always on bringing us solutions to overcome any of those challenges. And so when I say we learn a lot because the teams here innovate faster and more than our other teams, which is really exciting. Here's an example. The team here has been highly distributed for a very long time. I talked about in-office culture and inside sales teams before. Well, the team here has been virtual, right, or hybrid. We have many, many offices around the region. And so when it has come to hiring the right talent, when it has come to efficiently getting them up to speed on our technologies and sales processes, right, enabling them on tools, all of which translate to productivity overall, we learn every day from the team here, and this team has led the way in how we operate better as an organization. And then more broadly, as we look at our customers and partners, when we talk about using those tools, this team has also led the way in helping us identify ways that we can bring more to our customers. For instance, and Sunny had talked about this, do we have some customers that utilize Cisco network security? And if so, cloud security is going to become very relevant, if it's not already, for those customers. How do we get our teams to identify where our network security customers are and make sure that we're educating them on our cloud security solutions as well, right? Or we have many Catalyst customers in LATAM. Some of those Catalyst customers may be making that transition to cloud. Sunny had mentioned Meraki. Do they know about Meraki? Can we, in a very efficient way, get our teams activated to reach out to those customers and make that education happen for them? And we see that happening with our teams here. We're very proud of our LATAM teams. They lead the way for us, and I think that goes for the region at large, for our customers and partners here. I want to say a very big thanks to each of you for helping me this week to learn more about the region and keep that leadership going. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Sunny. And thank you for your time watching, for your partnership. More news are coming directly from Cisco Connect Latam in Cancun.